In Detroit, it's being called the most anticipated criminal case in the city's history. The corruption trial is underway for the city's former mayor, Kwame Kilpatrick, his father, his longtime friend, and the former city water director. Prosecutors laid out their case, saying they turned City Hall into a den of bribes and kickbacks, making themselves rich. Let's bring in our legal guys, Avery Friedman, a civil rights attorney and law professor in Cleveland. Good to see you. And
Hi,
Richard Herman. Hey, Richard Herman, a New York criminal defense attorney and law professor, joining us from Las Vegas. Good to see you as well.
Hi, Fred.
All right, I figure you guys are on the road so much, I might as well, join you. All right,
yeah,
so let's talk about this.
Yeah,
loving it
absolutely.
at home court. That's all right. All right, let's talk about this very fascinating case. Kwame Kilpatrick and 3 others, including his dad, now facing some pretty sizable charges. They now have a very diverse 12-member jury. This after Kwame Kilpatrick argued that he couldn't possibly get a fair trial of his peers there in Detroit. And so now we're talking about the 4 being accused of rigging water contracts, helping the contractor friend, Bobby Ferguson, who's also facing the charges here, to make $120 million and then funnel the money to the Kilpatrick. So, Richard, what kind of evidence are we talking about to substantiate these claims?
Fred, they're going to bring in some of his closest friends who are going to testify as government witnesses and try to tag him. It's a 38-count federal indictment alleging RICO, tax evasion, failure to provide honest services. I mean, they threw the kitchen sink at him. He's already done 4 months, then 14 months in prison, and now he's looking at substantial prison time, Fred, 20, 40, 50-year prison sentence if he gets convicted. And just because you have a jury of your peers, it doesn't guarantee you an acquittal. This is going to be a very difficult case for him to defend. And again, the government is throwing everything at him on this one.
And so, Avery, people were thinking, Kwame Kilpatrick going, facing charges. They're remembering the case involved with the text messaging of the affair that he had. This has nothing to do with that. This is something very different. This is much bigger, in fact. And Richard just outlaid that they're going to call some of his friends. But the defense is arguing some of these friends have credibility problems of their own, and they really are not going to make for good eyewitnesses. Incredible. So you've got surveillance video, audio recordings, the text messaging, etc. And then, of course, there was the allegation that there was some $90,000 in cash that was smuggled into a vacuum cleaner that was delivered to
in a vacuum cleaner,
Kilpatrick. Yeah. Okay,
yeah, but so, Fred, he says he denies he stole $1. So the government's going to have to prove and show the funnel of money coming to him. Remember the Blagojevich case here. They're going to have to show he got money here.
Yeah, this is going to be fairly complicated.
Wait, what's he doing? Maybe he was vacuuming to clean up City Hall, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that.
Okay.